a ZVT. I don't think we've seen that tonight, and it's one of my favorite matchups.
It is for me as well. It's going to be in Belgium Prestige, which we already saw some quite nice games on. In the top left, we have our pink Terran. No idea what team he's on, but his name is Valy.
Yep, and on the bottom right hand corner from Team exeUSA, it is gonna go ahead and be Hephaistas, the Blue Zerg.
Nice. So yeah, TVZ, wonder what it's going to be.
Yeah, TVZ, my favorite matchup since you know, forever, since StarCraft was released. Always has been my favorite matchup. I've been on both ends during some matches, but Terran has always been my pick of these two races. I really like the micro and the macro involved during these games, and the mind games that can go on as well. And it always has seemed to me like one of the more fair matchups in the army compositioning during StarCraft Brood War. Now in StarCraft 2 it's a lot more balanced, but did you ever watch?
Did I watch StarCraft Brood
Yeah.
War? I played it, man.
Ah, you played it.
I played Terran for as long as I can remember. It's like, yeah, that's where I learned to play. Well, it's not technically where I learned to play RTS because I played Age of Empires 2 online before that. But yeah, I played a lot of Brood War. I still have like almost all of my replays.
Oh, that's actually amazing. I wish I still have my replays. I played a lot of games as well. I was in a clan called. I was in the same clan I am not right now. Back in the days, in Brood War, but I wasn't as good at all. But I had a lot of fun playing it though, and I watched the professionals on occasion. And
Yeah,
there were always all these Terrans and Zergs facing each other. So I really got into that matchup. Later on, there were also some really good Protoss, by the way. We see some gas first from the Terran. I think no gas and barracks. Was it 13 gas?
I didn't quite check, but it is relatively early. Oh, he's stealing the gas.
Yep.
That's such a nice move, and this is kind of force his opponent to either go just open Reaper, but I think Hephaestus is actually just going to cancel the drone. I don't really understand why he did this unless he really wants to take it. Yeah, he's not gonna cancel. Wow.
I know for a fact that he is watching the stream. Tell us, why did you take that gas? That's actually quite funny. We can actually get into the mind of the gamer here, as
Yeah.
he is gonna go ahead and move that Overlord out a little bit. Also has a spawning pool on the way. And do we see a Reaper? We see a Reaper.
Yeah, and if we look at the previous game, I think was what we saw Kev do. The build was this. He then adds on a factory, a reactor on his barracks, and then another 2 orbital commands. And he doesn't need a second gas for this, to do that. So if he just follows this build, which I just mentioned, this taking this gas is pretty much going to be completely useless.
Yep, and it looks like Hephaestus will get all of his base revealed by this Reaper soon enough. So Valy will know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Sees the spawning pool, sees the drone count. That's the most important thing to look at. To look at the drone count. We'll know that there's a queen on the way, and these two links are going to be a little bit annoying.
He is. He's going to try and fight these links. A bit of a miss microwave in Hephaestus. If he had bothered to move those other 2 links to the bottom of that small ramp, he might have actually managed to catch the Reaper. But yeah, no big deal here, of course. And yeah, we have the orbital command as well as the factory with the reactor barracks coming up. Might see a third orbital command really soon though.
I do remember one time I had a PvP, and some guy stole my gas. It was at the beta stage of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And I never realized it. I was trying to mine from it for like 30 minutes, and it was still there at the end of the game.
Wow.
That was disappointing, but we do see a drone being picked up by these 2 Reapers, being a little bit annoying, and speed is not underway. Nope, no gas being taken by Hephaestus yet, so these Reapers can stay to be annoying for quite a while here, Wyman.
Yeah, this is like the ideal situation if you open Reapers. And as you can see, it is the ideal situation, but he's not going to go like crazy with it. Like it's not like he's opened up, like he threw down a bunker at the edge of his opponent's creep and tried to harass from there. No, he's just going to poke at the front and just treat this as a macro opener. You know, he's not going to overcommit. He might poke a bit at the links, but once the queens get in range, he's just going to, get out.
Yep, he's just going to get out, and
I'm
the
so
guys are
stealing
still
this
there,
build.
by the way. It's funny. We see some Hellions on the way, and that's going to be Reapers with Hellions. They really work well together because they move around the same speed. You see that a lot these days. What used to be the Banshee Hellion opening is now the Reaper Hellion opening. Don't you think so?
Oh, it really is. I still think Banshee Hellion, by the way, is viable. because it's so unexpected. A lot of Zergs will delay their lair because there's not much of a reason to get it. You want to focus more on the early game, like the speedling openers, which will delay your lair, obviously. So going for a relatively safe Hellion Banshee does allow you to do a nice timing on the third with, for example, when Cloak hits. That can really catch a lot of Zergs off guard.
Yep, sometimes the builds that used to be the meta game and aren't anymore can be extra strong just because of the element of surprise it adds up into the build. Now we do see 2 Evo chambers and a lot of queens and links in between to really deny any of this aggression. It's a nice looking wall from Hephaistas. Just barely room to get the links out there, and the queens are defending these Hellions, but they are taking a lot of damage actually. One of the queens getting really low HP there.
Yeah, well, this harass at the front with the Hellions and Reapers is proving to be so effective. Of course, helped by the fact that these links do not have speed. Hephaistas is being a bit greedy, getting his third up early and skipping the gas for as long as he could. So Valy, you know, has he even lost anything? He's lost 2 units, 2 Hellions, I think. That's insane.
Yeah. But it's only if you go to units last, it's not that big of a differential for the fact that he is getting his third base up. Because Valy has actually also made a third command center in his main base. So I think he kind of has to at this point.
Well, if you look at how many Zerglings Hephaistas has made, most of those could have been drones, technically.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have wanted to, because you still need to, you know, account for the fact that these Hellions can run by, and queens are a bit slow, as we all know. So yeah, that, you know, just forcing out links is damage on its own, and as you can see, they're still both, you know, relatively equal in work count, even though Zerg has a superior production early in the game with larvae.
Yeah, I mean, these Hellions and Reapers are doing 2 things. They're killing stuff, and they're also getting a lot of information, and that's really key in this matchup as well. Now these links are gonna get a good position on the Hellions. I feel like they're getting the best position possible, but they're all gonna die.
Yeah, this run by is quite good. If Valy didn't manage to squeeze into the correct spot to do the most damage. He did get a scan off though at both the main and the natural, which is really important because he could see the lair going up and he saw the Baneling nest, so he knows what he's you know, what he's going to play against. And you know, when we look at the production tab, we do see Baneling speed and Aspire go up, as well as upgrades for the Zerg ground. So this is going to be very standard Ling, Baneling Muta for the Zerg, who is now trying to run into the natural and gets us around on these Marauders and Marines.
Yep, gets a perfect surround. Might not be able to really break through after that, but really good trade for Hephaistas there. I think he'll do that any day. Also forces a lift up on the orbital command, and these Marines are chasing in. But they're actually overstimming a little bit. 2 or 3 might get picked up.
Yeah, even more than that, these Speedlings with 1-1 upgrades being completely merciless against the Marines, who of course also have 1-1 upgrades on themselves. But map control now definitely going into the favor of Hephaistas, who is safely trying to drone up behind him. He's actually up to 71 drones already.
Yeah, I mean, these Marines finally clear up these links, but they did their damage. Not only did they take out way more units than they should have, they also forced a lift off, so that's a really nice nice win for Hephaistas there.
Yep. So yeah, we've really skipped the early game now, and we're gonna head straight into mid-game macro mode. See a lot of Marines on the way here for Valy, as well as Widow Mines, which is overall just such a strong composition. He's actually making Marines out of the barracks with tech labs on it, so he doesn't seem to be that interested in Marauders, even though I think those are good units, nice and tanky.
Yeah, but we will see some links poking in. They are gonna force out the Widow Mine shot.
Such a good bait. However, these...
After that, you see the Overseer moving in, getting the Widow Mines, and picking off some of these Marines as well.
Oh, but this is not really going the way Hephaistas wanted to. Loses all of the links and those you know, and that Overseer to the Marines. So a decent trade here for Valy, who now has to deal with the Mutalisks, but he does have a bunker and several turrets up in most of his locations, so he should be safe.
Yeah, he has some missile turrets as well. I mean, these Mutalisks have a large area to poke over though. If you check the minimap, you'll see that Valy's base is really spread out because of the third base he already took. So the Mutalisks will be able to poke in a little bit. At the natural, you see no missile turrets there right now, and in the main base neither. So I think the Mutalisks in the position they are right now are actually the worst place to engage that army.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to fight with this. Of course, he does have well, his upgrade advantage isn't that big of a deal. Interesting move out here from Valy, thinking he can get something done. But at the same time, he's really gonna have to be forced to move back. Vice is not yet committing though. Okay, now it's gonna go, but this is gonna cause a very interesting engagement as the reinforcements of Vice run into there. Baneling's actually crashing on the SCVs as well, and now finally the army of Valy moves in, but is he gonna get sandwiched?
Yep, the reinforcements will easily be able to take this out, but Hephaistas knows that as well and moves back and gets a few banelings extra there as well. I think he should just take that victory and leave back to his main base. If I remember correctly, last time we casted Hephaistas, we knew that it was the god of blacksmithing from Greece.
Yeah, that's correct. I remember. Well, actually, Hephaistas is just going to swoop in again with this army of Baneling Muta. Whereas this fight in the middle doesn't look to be going all that well for Valy, losing so many Marines to the Banelings as well as quite a few Widow Mines, but he's going to continue pushing. He might actually sacrifice his third or just try to deal with it with the reinforcements that he has.
Yeah, I don't think there's any saving this third at this point. I mean, lifting it off is a good idea, but he's also going to lose a production he built there. On the other side, we see the Widow Mines and the Marines moving in, but there's so many Banelings being moved in right now. And I think this is going to be very one-sided right now.
Yeah, this isn't really working out for Valy. Oh, his pickup, yeah, only being able to save the Marines he can by picking up. Gonna boost into the main, try and do as much damage as he can, but these units are already quite low, and the Banelings are just gonna roll in there and try to defend. And they're just going to pick them off in a very, perhaps not so cost-efficient manner, but certainly efficient manner.
Yep, that was a really good trade both ways for Hephaistas, who gets a firm lead in this game, to be honest. I mean, as a Darren player right now, it's hard to get back into this game, maybe with a lot of Widow Mines in good positions, but he has been just making Marines. He hasn't been making any Marauders either, and the Widow Mine count has been low. So I don't think he has the right composition right now to deal with the Banelings and the Mutas.
Yep. I saw the medevacs just casually flying through the flock of Mutalisks there. Yeah, Hephaistas is feeling really confident, even though he's currently supply blocked. He's adding on 18 more drones because he just managed to finish his 4th base, which is just going to give him the economy which he needs to catapult into an army to crush his opponent. He's finishing up his Ultralisk Cavern, and as well as all the upgrades which he needs for it. So then, once that's finished, I really expect him to try to kill the, deal the killing blow.
Yeah, but if you check the map control from Hephaistas, you'll see that he sees almost everything. If you check Valy, you will see that he sees his base, and that's about it. He's trying to make as many Marines as possible because, hey, they're a really good unit. But I don't think it's going to work out as good as he wanted that to. He is going to go ahead and walk out of his main base. There are some Banelings there. I don't know. Nope, no hits going out there. But Hephaistas does know he's moving out right now. And let's see what he does to prepare for that.
Yep, I think this is kind of the do or die move for Valy. Heading straight for his opponent's third while his own third is getting blown to pieces by Banelings.
Yep, and we've also got some Ultras on the way. These Banelings doing a lot of damage to the worker line. Widow Mines going in first, I don't know about that. Actually dancing around a little bit with the Widow Mines burrowing there. There is no detection. Oh, there is actually no here right there. And yep, here come the Marines, and let's see how this is gonna go against those Banelings, Wyman.
Yeah, it looks like Hephaistas is just taking his time. He doesn't even bother to save his third. He just wants to get in good engagement because he knows he's still so far ahead and has an additional base to expand to. Valy though making the correct decision to back off after killing this base. And the question is Hephaistas going to engage him at the third? Is he going to defend his own natural? Or is he just going to fight in the middle of the map if he can?
I think he's just going to go ahead and kill that third base, once again. Because he can be there a lot faster than the Marines can be there to defend. Now there are 2 Widow Mines burrowed there, might do some damage to the Muta or the Lynx. But yeah, this is not going to go well for that small army position there. The units are moving across the map to try and reinforce. There's also a drop going on. I can see that on the minimap. It's being cleared up though, and I think Valy is just gonna go for a base race here, but can he win that?
Well, he can't. Whoa, wait. Did do splash damage? I thought they didn't do splash damage. I mean, Ultras.
Ultras?
Yeah.
Ultras do a lot of splash damage.
I thought they changed it that it was only a single target damage, which was heavily increased.
No. It was splash damage, which was heavily increased.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting to know. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking like, whoa, if they only do single target damage, then Marines are actually kind of good. But I guess I was very wrong. But yeah, we kind of see Hephaistas playing out the game here from his already highly advantageous position. Sitting outside his opponent's base with Ultraling and a couple of Mutalisks, reestablishing his third base, might actually end up taking a fifth. And